Hello guys, this is Mephisto and we are playing PES 15, and I want to talk about a topic that is going to be important for the whole soccer gaming community, which is the comparison and the upcoming battle, the never-ending story of PES versus FIFA. And this year is going to be PES 2016 versus FIFA 16. And I don't know about you, but for me, most important part of which game I choose is the fun I have with one game or another. And actually, I only get one game. I don't like playing multiple games in a year because you always have to adapt yourself. I see that right now as I'm playing PES 15. It's the demo, to be honest. I played FIFA for the past 2 years and it's actually really hard to get into the controls, into the way the game feels. Don't get me wrong, the game feels great, it feels amazing. The gameplay of PES is usually its strength, it feels more natural. But the reason why I'm getting a soccer game is that I can sit down with my friends and have some fun. Now, besides the gameplay, licenses are important. In a perfect world, I would be saying no, only gameplay matters to me. I can have fun without the licenses. Like when you're playing with your friends, I don't think so. At least for me, it's not. And the big deal breaker, of course, in the past years has been the Bundesliga. Now for PC, you usually get some mods. So did I get in the past? I had a mod to get basically all the Bundesliga teams, get the kids, the faces, everything. You get quite realistic, and then PES is nice also to play with your friends. But what I hate are these generic teams and generic players. It's just not fun. And I'm from Germany. My favorite team is Schalke. So usually I want to play with my favorite team. Now Schalke has been in PES 15, but Borussia Dortmund is not. It's our biggest rival, so I obviously like to win against them. But also a lot of my friends of Borussia Dortmund, even they want to pick their favorite team. But it's not only about these two teams. Like some other friends have favorite teams that are playing in second Bundesliga. So it's actually fun to play with some of those smaller teams, with some of those weaker teams. Of course, you play the Classico, Real versus Barcelona, you play Bayern versus Manchester, you play amazing, great teams, and it's a lot of fun. But the diversity FIFA has, is really its strength. You can choose whatever team you want. You can play the Ukrainian league, the Russian league, the Polish league, the Saudi Arabian league. Now maybe you won't do that every day, but you have the option, and you do that from time to time because it's also challenging. It changes the gameplay a lot when playing with those weaker teams, and when you have a connection to them. If you are from Saudi Arabia, if you are from the US and want to play the Major League Soccer, then you have the option. So that's for me a big plus in FIFA actually, and also women's teams. I mean, I'm curious about how the game is changing. Usually the gameplay in FIFA is in my opinion a little bit too overpaced. Pace is just too much important. I heard that they will change it in women's teams, so that might be interesting. Now the Bundesliga is crucial because for me, especially because I'm from Germany, I have German friends. We like to play Bundesliga teams and also teams from the second Bundesliga. But also the Bundesliga is one of the strongest leagues in the world. arguably one of the three best leagues in the world. So it's also a big deal internationally. Now the big license PES has and FIFA doesn't is the UEFA licenses, so Europa League and Champions League. Now what makes me curious is that the Konami director of football announced that there are going to be licenses they never had before in PES 2016. Now it's obvious that since FIFA has the exclusive rights for the Bundesliga, PES won't acquire the whole Bundesliga licenses. It's just, I don't think it's possible. But since they have the UEFA licenses, there might be more teams. And what they said during the gameplay presentation on E3, that they basically will have all the teams from PES 15 returning in PES 16. Now for Germany they usually have some Champions League teams. Now Schalke is not playing Champions League in 2016. So my hope is that they would have at least the German teams that are playing internationally, which are Bayern, Schalke and Leverkusen, who have been represented in PES 15 already. There would be Borussia Dortmund, which is actually a big team, so you should really have them in PES 16. Augsburg, Wolfsburg and Borussia Mönchengladbach, so at least 7 teams, and maybe some other teams. They won't get the Bundesliga licenses, but maybe they can acquire team licenses to use other team logos and so on. Maybe they can acquire the license for the German Cup. The German Cup is not organized by the German Football League, but by the German Football Association. Now they have the rights for the German Football Association, since the German national team is going to be in PES. Now that's what they already announced, so there will be more German licenses in PES 16 for sure. And if they would acquire, for example, the licenses of the German Cup, that would be amazing as well, and that might be an opportunity to walk around those licenses that EA has, and they don't need to call it Bundesliga, they don't need to have the presentation. EA, for example, also doesn't have the rights for the Champions League, so in EA games it's just called Champions Cup, which is also just a walk around through their licenses, and they have all the teams in it because they have the licenses for the national teams. And there are many ways to get original licenses in a football game. So I have the hope, and maybe the statements during E3 and the previous statements from Konami hint a little bit to that there is a bigger German representation in PES 2016. A big plus, according to licenses, of course, is the Brazilian league. Now when you're from Europe, that usually isn't that interesting. That is something nice to have, I think. It is fun. In FIFA I'm playing the Major League Soccer, in some manager games I have been playing Brazilian league in the past. It's really a fun league to play. It's a very technical league and you have a lot of talents over there. So it is actually a plus, especially if you're from Brazil. That might be the reason to get the game. For me, I think it won't be. The Bundesliga licenses would be a deal breaker for me. So that's the reason why I'm still tending towards FIFA, but I'm waiting for the gameplay, and that's how I make my final decision. So what do you guys think? What is important for you in this battle, PES 2016 versus FIFA 16? Are licenses important for you? Is it Or is the gameplay more important for you? Do you need specific licenses, or do you look for the more licenses the better? Is that a topic for you, or have you just stayed with one series throughout the years? I'm playing FIFA since I'm not a fanboy of one or another. I switched to PES for some time. I came back to FIFA. I like basically both series. I think competition is very important. Let me know what you guys think, and see you next time. Bye.